Good morning, it is day 29, leaving Peaceful Bay in the campground. Massive mosquitoes while I was packing up my tent this morning. Yesterday it was only a 29k day, but that was tough physically. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of single track through the dunes. There was some, it started off and dropping down through the forest until we got to the dunes. Not as many flowers as the previous time we were in the dunes, but still, yeah, it was still nice. I enjoyed it by the coast. Stayed the night in the campground, had some beautiful fish and chips for dinner. And today, well, the plan is, I've got 7k, then I have a canoe crossing across an inlet, and I'm leaving early because I want to get there before the wind picks up. It's meant to be windy later in the day. And then basically from here to the shelter it's 20k to the first shelter. Then the next shelter is another 20k, or 20 plus. So I'd like to do that, but in between the two shelters is a little commercial campground. So if I'm feeling too tired, I'll be stopping there. But cloudy today, but it's not meant to rain. So he's hoping for another good day. Alright, look, kangaroo, and a little kangaroo. Aren't they cute? Alright, so, about to say before I saw 3 kangaroos, turning off, leaving the town now. Oh, there's a kangaroo down there. Well, they got separated. It's very caterpillar. So I've come down, and how's that for a good morning? Beautiful. So I started walking at 6 o'clock. I was awake at 20 past 5. Well, I was awake at 4:30, just couldn't get back to sleep. Warm night last night. I think it's the warmest night yet. Don't know if it was being in the tent instead of the open shelter or if it was a warm night, but yeah, it was good. These are pretty common today. Nice being back in a bit of forest for a change. We're in this for a few minutes, then up onto a dune and then back into this stuff, so quite nice. It's hot already. Haven't been up any big hills, but I have a light sweat on already. Woo. Thankfully it's going to be overcast all day, but it's very humid, very muggy. Another boggy patch. There's been a couple this morning. There's no going around that. So wet feet it is. I could take my shoes and socks off, but it's probably sticks and stuff and my feet are too sensitive. Yuck. Dirty brown water as well. Ah, wow. So the good thing is my shoes pump out the water as I'm walking, and so my feet usually only feel wet for a couple of minutes and then they're good. Alright. I finally got a frog. I've been hearing them a lot. It's the first one I've managed to capture. Listen to the frogs. So loud. Frogs are so loud because there's a big wetland down there. Frog. Good. Just crossed a sealed road and then this seat here. But why would you put it here? There's nothing to look at. It's just it's just weird on this road, but it's a nice road. It's clear, and just as we're in the dunes, lots of ups and downs. If I hadn't got my feet wet in the puddle, they would have been wet from this grass anyway. End of the road. I wonder if they're going to build a picnic table here. Right, down onto single track, disappearing into the darkness. Down the steps. So I've reached the inlet. I've got to go up a bit further to the narrowest point across there. That's where the canoes are. Excellent recycling. Old destination signs being used as steps. I don't think I've shown you those beautiful yellowy orange plants with the maroon around the outside. This is what they look like from underneath. This section's tough. Lots of short steep down and short steep up, and you get a tiny break and then back to it again. Lots of ups and downs. That's this deep river. It's lovely through here. It's a mossy the side of the path. This feels more like New Zealand. There's the boat shed and crossing point, I assume, to that beach over there. Alright, so that are the canoes. There has to be at least one on each side, and it's not that beach, it's there. So slightly downstream, which is good. Right, this is a massive beast for a single person to try and maneuver. That actually wasn't too bad. Alright, so I'll grab one of these and tow it behind me, take it over. I've changed my mind. That was only easy because I was going with the current. And it's probably not a lot of difference dragging two canoes as dragging one behind. So I've left a minimum one over there. And I know there's a strong guy coming today. He was at the campground yesterday. And he is only going to Boat Harbour, which is 13 kilometres from here, as opposed to me. I've still got 35 kilometres to go. On this road for a bit, curving around the big hill and then heading out to the coast. Kangaroos! There we go. There they are. And the flowers. So there's two there, and I've just noticed there's another one down in there. Here it comes. And 10 minutes later, another kangaroo just in there. Those canoes are really awkward to paddle. They're just so big and so wide, and I have zero experience with canoes. Kayaks I'm happy with. I can do grade 4 rapids in kayaks, but canoes? So I was doing 2 strokes, swap sides, 2 strokes, swap sides. Just couldn't get the paddle in the right angle to keep it straight. It just turned every time I paddled. Oh, yeah, it wasn't easy. I was lucky I was going that way because I had both the tide and the wind helping me across. Road disappearing off. Got interested in open, and there is some grass coming through. So it's a combination of sedgy type stuff, and then there's a little bit of grass coming up through it as well. Now I know there were lots of kangaroos. Oh, big steep hill. The kangaroo's been watching me for quite a way off. It's on top of the hill. They saw me coming over the brow of the last hill. That's 8 kangaroos already today. Oh, this bit It's longer ups and downs than the last, but still climbing though. Hello, kangaroo. Hey, hello. Silhouetted. Leaving the vehicle track and onto single track. Up another hill. Oh, lots of hills this morning. And doing a panorama. Just take a breath. So that's the inlet. Right down the end is where I crossed on the canoe. It's all this neat open terrain. It's just started to get in a bit more scrubby now. And here's my track, heading to the beach, and I walk along the beach to near that hill, I think it is, and then inland a little bit. Alright, finish the panorama. Goodness, nearly at the beach. This is really tough. Up, down, steep up, steep down. Oh, my legs are jelly. Still a long way to go. But we're going to be on the flat beach for a while. Oh, that would be nice. As long as there's not soft sand. Right, heading over there. The kangaroo on the track in front of me. Oh, it's quick. Oh, doesn't this look nice? Look, no hills. It's just how firm is the sand. Little bird moves in short, sharp, fast little spurts. I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach for another 2.5 k, though I think they have to go off the sand for a short period during that. I've tried the different places on the beach to get the firm sand, and this is looking pretty good. And it's flat. There's no hills. It's a lovely day. Beautiful waves. Yeah, good day. The tide must come all the way up because there's no footprints. And I'm leaving my footprints. Only footprints on the beach. That was close. I think someone said these are cuttlefish. They're pretty big. That's what I can go. Oh yeah. Be interesting at high tide. Waves are already almost touching. High tide's another hour and a half. Beetle? Oh, no, beetle, you're gonna get wet soon. So these rocks, there's a pass to get up and over, get around them. Low tide you'd be able to do them, but we'll see, but I can see the markers. Just to go up and over. Right, up there. So you can see why we're not on this. And now the track goes around up there and around and then back out to the white sand beach and then up that next hill. Oyster catcher. Hard keeping the camera steady in this wind. Back on the beach. All the way to the end of the beach. Alright, we leave the beach and we're on land for a bit. We go up and around a hill and then we'll be heading back down to another little short beach. So still another 7.5 k to the shelter. Alright, so a vehicle track. It's like a vehicle track. Alright, this is Big Quorum. Alright, turning Still on a vehicle track. Right, off the track and onto single track. There's this lovely smell. It's hard to say what it smells like. I think sage would be the nearest I can come to. Oh, it smells beautiful. The smell is coming from this bush. Here's what the flowers look like. Really, really strong smell. It's nice now we're on single track. Little bits of softer sand, but it's actually mainly quite firm, which is good. Makes it easier. Wow, that's all you can say. Wow, it's beautiful. Pretty impressive, isn't it? There's the next beach, and I see a whole lot of footprints going up to the track, and then the track goes along and I can see it going up that hill as well. So not all the way along the beach. This is Middle Quorum Beach. There's a big group of people. They've been guided, and it's good. They'll take all the canoes back across. So said that the inlet that I'm crossing this afternoon is not even got any water. It's all blocked up at the sandbar, which would be nice. Alright, beautiful. Not a big hill. Stairs. That's the last lot of stairs, and now I just keep going and going. Oh. Here's the trail. If there's a hill, we're going up it, and we're going to go down another hill so that we can get to another hill. So we're heading that way. Woo. Right, still another 3k to the shelter. Here's the last beach I was walking on. Almost down to the water, but we're going to head back up the hill soon, and then that far hill as well. I don't think I mentioned it because I've been busy moaning about hills, but it's still lots of flowers, still lots to look at. It's still pretty. Have to be careful to keep my mouth shut going through these areas where it's just bush either side, because there's a lot of insects that just hover around. They're not landing on me and they're leaving me alone, but I'm worried when I go uphill and I'm puffing with my mouth open that I'm going to swallow one. Continuing along. Actually, a break is just gentle ups and downs for a little bit rather than the steep. And down we go. So these things are good for the erosion, but very awkward for the poles. But you have to be very careful not to get them stuck. Alright, 1.5k to the shelter. Oh, there's the track going around there. It's talking about the trialling new products to reduce soil movement and erosion. And horses, don't come on here because you ruin it. Oh yeah, this is different mesh. That's the mesh. Here's another different type. Oh, that's awful to walk on. It's awful. Well, I'm guessing that product gets a fail, given that it's let everything go out from underneath it. It's funny walking on the different surfaces. The shelter, yay! This is Boat Harbour Shelter. And had my lunch, refilled water, chugged down a whole lot of water, and now I have 10.5 kilometres to get to the Parry campground, and then another 10.5 past that to the shelter. But that last section, 7 of it, is on the beach, so no hills. and I've timed it for low tide on the beach as well, so it should be easier walking. We'll see. Going pretty slow at the moment. It took 6 hours to do the 21k, so a lot slower than my old average of 4k now. Now I'm pretty much going to be working off 3k now. Right, dropping. And the route is on the tops of these cliffs. Popular spot, there's cars way up there, cars here, people everywhere. Cars. Alright. It's a real network of roads and tracks along here. Thankfully the marking's pretty good. And a person drove their car on the rock just so that they can look cool, have their car on the rock. That's a little beach here. Quite a few people. One guy, they're oop. I said the markers were good. Now where's the markers? Must be going this way. One guy's staying at the campground I'm going to next. He's asking about the Bibbulmun. Assume this is the right way. There's no signpost. Ah, there we go. Signpost down there. Isn't that beautiful in there? The colour of that water. Tropical. Rocks glistening in the sun. Must have quartz or something in them. Alright, another beach walk over to there. I'm glad it's a short walk because the sand is soft. So walking in the Bibbulmun Track is the most compact sand. Right. Coming off the beach. A sign there. The sign up there. That's a cool looking rock up there, and you can see the trail leading up to it. There's another tiger snake. It's come along the trail and then it noticed me and it was off into the trail, into the bushes. It's a bit bigger, still not huge, still only about a metre, but it was a bit fatter than the last one, but definitely looked like a tiger. Alright, one snake today, 5 in total. Haven't taken many flowers today, so there's a flower. Slightly heading generally downhill and then up and over that big one as well, and down the other side, and you can see the big long beach. It's Pari Beach. Hasn't seen me yet. It's a dugite, dark brown, the head smaller than the body. That is a dugite. Now it just needs to get off the track for me. I can go around in there. It should give me enough room to get around it. Ooh, snake number 2, type number 3. It moved as soon as I started going around, which is handy. Alright, oh cool, that's good. Got to see another snake. Hey, new flowers, look at that. Aren't they pretty? It's another bobtail lizard. That's a little one, itty bitty one. Heads are so cool, so what you imagine a dragon would be. I'm going to move off the trail, it's a sensible idea. Both of my knees are feeling pretty sore, and not sure if it's because of the just constant up and down, or if it's because of the up and down on steps all the time, which is really hard. I much prefer natural. I know why they're doing it and it is needed, but for me personally, with my dodgy knees It is not easy because you also can't use your poles. Poles just get stuck in this, and you're worried you're going to break them. I'm nearly at the top of this little hill. To the top of that hill, and then it's mainly downhill to the campground. Got 4k to go. This hill just seemed to keep going on and on. Climbed the bulk of it. Just had up and down along here. Just you look in the distance, every crest, and it just went on. But I think that's the last one. Bibbulmun doesn't go up the top, but I'm here, I might as well. That's the way I've come, way out that way. Nice little side trip. Now 2.3k downhill all the way to get to the campsite. And onto single track. This super soft sand would be annoying if I was going uphill, but it's lovely when you're going downhill. The tracks on it. Here's one, and then here's another. It must be a lizard. There's a tail dragging in between. Another one. It feels so good just to be walking on flat. So that whole last, well, pretty much all of today, there's been barely any flat. You get a teeny weeny little section between some of the ups and downs. Oh, it just feels nice. Through the campground, I filled my waters up at the toilet, and this is Parry Beach. I'm about to go to the office and see if they have any cold drinks, because that would be lovely before the long beach walk. I have 7 kilometres on the beach, all the way around down there. Unfortunately, the campground didn't sell any cold drinks, so I didn't hang around on my way. Sand is nice and firm. Oh, the poor little fish. It's a very small example of a blue bottle. Don't pick them up. They stink. That's the inlet. Comes down over there. You can see this sandbar here is completely blocking in the channel. So, 0 water, dry feet. It's a jellyfish. It's low tide, but that's not going to take much before that's covered. I'd like to stop for a chat and make sure I'm alright. That wave came in a bit quicker than I want. Ended up sprinting up here. 1 kilometre left on the beach. Oh. Back on firm sand again, which is nice. Yay! I can see the marker. Off the beach. The beach actually went quite quick. It was only that small middle section of about a K with really loose sand. Apart from that, there's the sun. That's the exit. Apparently this is Mazzoletti Beach. That is it for the beach. However, I do have a huge a large hill to climb to get to the shelter, because of course the shelter's got to be located at the top of a hill. 900 metres, I have to climb that hill. I have to climb Tower Hill, but 900 metres to the shelter. Whee! Another snake. Not sure. I'm going to say tiger. It was really, really dark. Oh, that's good. 3 snakes today, and 7 in total. Woohoo! This hill is steep enough. They need mats over the sand for the vehicles. There's the ocean. I made it. This is William Bay Shelter. Oh. 11 hours, 47 minutes, 43k. That was one tough day. Oh, but I have a special surprise. My dinner is actually a backcountry cuisine chocolate pudding. I've been looking forward to that. Right. Oh, no hole in it. Must be get windy up here. And the water tank.